boy, B-voy. You already know what it is. Best versions of yourself. That's what I'm trying to make y'all. Listen up and I help you learn something to help you use in your everyday lives to help improve and further along. When you get to master it, you can help your peers improve, and then if you got kids, you can help your kids improve. I'm always just trying to help out the people and get back to what they originally always knew, and unlock all the doors that were closed that we didn't know we had the keys to. That's what B-voy is. Alright, we here, another episode of the B-voy podcast, episode 11. We got a special guest here, another one of my dear friends, Jacoby. Jacoby, introduce yourself, tell them about yourself, man. What's going down?
Well, how you doing, guys? I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here on the episode to talk about some really key topics, and to be here with my guy right here, man, it's really an honor. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Yeah.
Cool. You know, we about to get in some things today. You know,
Yeah.
we always bring in the fire topics, something to just make you think. You know, we living in this life, and I don't think we consciously think enough. You know, critically think enough. And one of the most important things in this life that I don't think we take it for granted. You know, we definitely don't analyze and don't think about it enough. But geez, man, breathe, right?
Just
consciously breathing.
Yeah.
On an everyday, like being aware of what your breath can do in your everyday life. You want to touch on it a little bit at all?
Yeah. You know, you and me talk about just the breath a lot, you know, and how it's very vital to the human being. I think it's overlooked, you know, growing up, you know, in school, in public school at that, you know, you're not taught that the breath is a necessity.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, like, and how we breathe is key too, you know, like the average person is not breathing correctly, you know, and that's what leads to a lot of dis-ease, you know, stagnation within your chi. And if we can just pay more attention to the breath and give more power to our breath, then we can start to see things change for the better.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Like, we all around kids, you know, I've seen it. I know you've seen it.
Yeah.
I trip off this all the time. Kids are hollering, screaming, they got their butt whooped or whatever, they got in trouble. And there gets to a point sometimes where they're screaming, but ain't no noise coming out.
Yeah.
Right? They hollering.
It's just air.
And then the parents just say, just breathe.
Yeah.
Can you breathe?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens instantaneously at that moment, a lot of times when a child realizes they need to breathe, it helps them relax.
Right.
And then they realize, okay, you good now? You know, so breathing can help you with, we'll say, emotional imbalances.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you're up sky through the roof, anger, sadness, you know, anxiety, you got to breathe. It'll help balance you. I guess that's the best word. You know, consciously taking a deep breath through your nose and exhaling throughout your mouth. The longer you exhale, the more your relaxation can happen.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I like how you brought up relaxation, you know, because a lot of us, you know, in our everyday lives, we're stressed from pollutions. Yeah. We're stressed from our jobs. We're stressed from just, you know, environmental factors. And as all this is going on, we forget to breathe. Yeah. You know, we're stagnated. We're stressed. You know, everything's chaotic in our lives. And it's either we forget to breathe or we're breathing excessively to the point where it's panting. It's you know, we're panicking now. Yeah. And if we learn to harness the breath, and if we learn to understand that the breath can be used for other things, not just for quote unquote breathing, then this is where we hit an evolutionary mark in just the world and just, you know, humanity. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of these things that is not talked about when we're talking about health and when we're talking about healing. You know, the natural things that we have within us that can aid us towards that.
Yeah. I agree. Our bodies are unreal, and the things that our bodies can do is you can't even imagine. I can't even understand the full limits of it yet. I'm still doing some deep diving in myself to try to really tap in. But shout out to my man Jonathan. We talked about this yesterday. Instead of people always saying one step at a time, it's one breath at a time. You know, you gotta breathe to live. You know, you come out the womb, you take a deep breath, you living. You know, that oxygen gave you life, and so the importance of breathing is beyond important. If you know what I'm saying. It could help with your immune system. You know, if anybody, you guys want to look into Wim Hof, I'll probably show a picture of him up here. Look into him. My man has done some unreal things, and a lot of it is due to his breath work. There's a lot of different breathing techniques to over oxygenate your blood. As you push more oxygen into your body, everything in your body works off of oxygen. So the more oxygen that you put into your body by consciously breathing, taking more deep breaths, even 10 in the morning, 10 before you go to bed, you are helping your body function in the everyday functionality. So once again, just breathe. Just breathe,
you know.
Man, I tell you.
And, you know, they really emphasize the breath in Chinese medicine. The Taoists, you know, they call it your chi, your life force. In India, they call it your prana, you know. And the more that this chi, the more that this breath is built up in the body, it starts to hit these certain meridians. It starts to target these meridians, and this is when you start to experience quote unquote supernatural, you know. But in reality, it's natural. It's just the chi that was once stagnated. It's free now. You know, it's loose. It has its way of maneuvering through certain parts of your body that needed healing, or stagnated areas that needed that chi to push through it, you know. So, you know, they really target just the breath and the medicinal properties of it. You know, and just like you were saying, like, just the more oxygen intake we have, the more it's easier for you to connect to yourself. The easier it is for you to have clarity. The easier it is for you to just calm down and see things for what it really is, you know. So
yeah, there's some practices, you guys that are listening, you know, when you're having moments of high stress, when you're an athlete, you're competing, and you're on the break of, like, you can't focus, you know, at these points in times, it's just you got to take a second and tune into self. Tune into self is easy to just, you know, take a deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Long ones, long inhales, long exhales. And just calm the body down. You know, Bruce Lee, he says it all the time, you know, you got to be calm to be able to excel at anything that you're doing. Your mind is clearer when you're calm, and so breath, I believe, is direct correlation to remaining calm. It helps with your nerves. It helps, you know, wind you down, and then everything that you know, step forth in now is going to be easier. The process is going to be, you know, the more we practice this, the more we're going to be like, I need to relax. I need to be more calm. This person's trying to get me, you know, strung out, trying to stress me out. Okay, you know what? Let me deflect that by taking me a deep breath here. You know, let me not argue. Let me take a deep breath and analyze, like, what's going on in this situation? How do I de-escalate, and how do I find a solution to whatever's going on? Because I don't want to be in this stressed environment. I don't want to be in a negative, low vibrational energy. Let me take a deep breath. A good example, you know, we've all been here as kids, you know, even as adults now, we get in a high stress environment, and then it's just like, I gotta go get some fresh air. I gotta go take a walk. You know, the parents even go take a walk, go get some fresh air. You know, walk it out, run it out, whatever you gotta do, but go get some fresh air. And fresh air, once again, is medicinal in itself. It'll help you clear your mind. That's what say too. They go clear your mind. Go get fresh air. Go clear your mind. So being in nature, I believe too. Like, go on hikes, go on walks, go to the park, take your kids and be in nature.
Pick up a sport.
Be some type of active. You know, because being active and having activities is also going to help with you realizing I need to regulate my breaths. Lifting, if you're able to synchronize your lifts, if you're bench pressing, exhale on the way out, inhale on the way down. If you're able to synchronize that, lifting, exercises, everything becomes easier to even jogging. Synchronize as you're jogging, you might jog forever.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a practice. We got to get in tune with it, but it's something we can start right now.
Yeah.
Every day. And once you incorporate it into your everyday, guarantee
become one with the breath.
Exactly.
You know?
One with the breath. Calm, relaxed.
Free flowing.
Yeah, how you always like this? You're always so calm.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I'm breathing.
Yeah, I'm breathing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm breathing. They say less stress, more deep breaths. That's going to be a shirt one day. I hope you guys tune into it.
Yeah.
But I want to say, to get a little sidetracked, I'm looking at your necklace here, man. Tell me about, he got some magnets, some clear quartz on. What we got going on here?
Yeah, it's a little medallion I got here.
Show a little closer to the camera if they can see.
Yeah, I made it myself.
We'll zoom in on that.
Yeah. It's got some clear quartz and some black obsidian. What I did with the clear quartz was I wrapped it in copper wire, and copper wire is a great amplifier for the natural current that's in the clear quartz. And what I got around the quartz is some magnets, and the magnets create this strong magnetic field, which is fusing with the quartz. So it's creating this extremely thick biofield around my aura. So yeah, and this within itself is technology that has a lot to do with health. It has a lot to do with circulation, just as the breath has a lot to do with circulation. So just another medicinal factor, you know, that we can apply to our lives. Just playing with the elements, you know. So
I think what we got to touch on here is we have electromagnetic bodies. The earth is electromagnetic. The trees, I'll even say the birds, the animals, electromagnetic. Perfect example of this, you know, we are able to create electricity or shocks that come out of our fingers by rubbing our feet with our socks on the carpet. How are we able to transmute electricity or static to somebody else through that if we're not electromagnetic? Our electromagnetic field is unreal within itself, and if we are able to tap into it by harnessing, we'll say, our energy, which is prana, which is what did you say the other one? Chi. Chi, all these different words for the same thing. It'll enable us to enhance our, we'll say, untapped abilities. And if you look into magnetic therapy, Chinese practice, that will help you understand, like, if I apply certain magnets into my magnetic field, or even have them around my wrist, which is one of the meridians too, it'll help you have therapeutic releases if you have carpal tunnel or different things in your body that are harmful to your system, or even stress. Definitely something to look into, because once again, we're electromagnetic beings. And so we have to learn how to channel it, or even amplify it through certain things like Jacoby's necklace. So, you guys, it's important. I do want to dive into magnets a little bit. Me and my man Jacoby, we've been diving into magnets, and it's just like, it is unreal. Like, how do magnets repel from each other and they attract? And magnets never die. We've been looking into a lot of free energy type of creations that have already been made that we want to tap into to have a further understanding of what these things are, and how we can create and improve and have electricity coming from so-called nowhere, just from two magnets, some coils, some wire, and putting it together, and we lighting a light bulb
and creating something out of that, you know. So that's, you know, one thing that I'm really excited about, you know, just to do with you in particular, is just finding new ways to amplify energy. You know, finding new ways to improve, to manipulate the elements around us. And I feel like, you know, breath work is one of those ways, you know. That's a start, you know. And I've been doing Tai Chi for the last 2 years or so. And when I say the benefits are unbelievable, they're unbelievable. Like, the breath allows you to it opens up certain parts of the brain that didn't have access to the oxygen that you had before. You know, so it like allows you to see things a little bit more clearly. Allows you to have these twitches in your fibers that are quicker than most, people. And I feel like that has a lot to do with circulation.
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah,
100%. Oxygenating the blood,
right?
Circulating it. I look at it as we go forward in time, we have to go back in time.
Yeah. If
that makes any sense, our ancient ancestors, I guarantee they knew about breath work. It was the basic fundamentals of life. You have your breath work that leads you to all these things of understanding your body and what it can do. Stepping in cold water. If you get in there and you're like, the cold, and you're having that big anticipation instead of, okay, let me take a deep breath and put my foot in. Let me calm my body down. At that point in time, your body's going to adjust a lot faster. Perfect example, you guys can try this at home. Start taking colder showers. If you're in the shower and you're taking it hot, in the last minute and cold. And don't just force it to cold. Gradually turn it down the cold as you're working on breath. Yeah. Cold water has many benefits. We all know about taking ice baths after we injured or hurt, right, or we need to recover. Why an ice bath? Why the cold? It helps with recovery. It helps stimulate something in the body that rejuvenates it. And that's due to, once you get relaxed and you get your breath work under control, you're able to do these things to amplify your body to help it heal. And so these are all, I believe, like basic fundamentals for healing. We become our own doctors if we learn one of the basic fundamentals of breath work. Yeah. It'll help our immune system and much more. Everyday life. Once again, you guys, we already talked, but everyday life focusing on breath, it'll eliminate, we'll say, negative low vibrational energy. Especially when you feel, I would call them emotional imbalances. Yeah. When you feel those things and you get into these situations, you gotta breathe. And the more we do this, the more aware we become of the breath helping us. Yeah. And that's key. That's growth. Because now you're able to amplify or manipulate your body to have positive responses instead of negative responses. And then what happens when we get that together and we figure that out? We pass it on to other people that we see in this life that aren't living in enough peace, that are struggling or living in negative vibrational energies. Yeah. If we're able to help ourselves first, and then we're able to help our family and peers around us, we're helping the world. One person at a time. And I mean, best version of yourself, is you, but we're all connected to everybody else. So we help us, ultimately helping everybody else. And that's keys. Yeah. That's keys,
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. You heard it from them. Yeah. Take it in.
That's how it works.
Take it in.
For sure.
But it's good stuff. It's good stuff. If you want to touch on anything else?
Yeah. I also wanted to say, just with improving and practicing these breathing techniques and practices, it really shows you, it really humbles you in a way. Okay. It humbles you. It shows you that, like, damn, this is what I was missing out on. Yeah. Like, it's just this, you become more hungry for, like, this sense of healing, and that's what the breath does for me, at least. Yeah. Is it brings me back to self. Like when I'm doing my Tai Chi or when I'm doing my Wim Hof, I'm not seeking for any supernatural experience or what people call superpowers or something mystical to happen. What I'm doing is I'm channeling my energy to get back to just my human state, to get back into my physical embodiment. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The natural, I would say the natural way we should be functioning anyways. Yeah. You guys got to pay attention. There's a lot of things that's in our air, in our food, chemicals, radioactive things that we can't see through our microwaves, our phones, our Wi-Fi boxes, our TV, all these frequencies that can affect us. So if we're taking control of something simple as learning how important the breath is, that's one step of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Healing even when you don't know you need to heal.
Yeah.
These are, once again, super important, and it's evolution in itself. And getting back, once again, to our ancient ways of how we naturally did things anyways. And so we got to jot these things down. We got to practice them. It's got to be a part of our everyday, especially because I know there's a lot of people in this world that aren't living in a lot of peace. There's less war, hate, not a lot of love than there is peace and unity, and more love. And so that keys are getting in tune with self before you're even able to do any of these things to, affect your environment. Because little do you know, when you get in tune with yourself, you're affecting your environment. So, keys. Unlock these doors that are already within you.
Yeah.
Pull the keys out, unlock them, and change your life for the better.
Yeah. And you could say that just different elements can be keys within themselves.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about air, the breath work, earth, grounding,
yeah.
The water, the flow, what are some other activities that you would do with water, like water aerobics or things of that nature?
Yeah, swimming. I mean, that improves the lungs. All when you got to incorporate the breath work within those things too. But
they all tie in.
Yeah, learning how to have good breath work will help you with your endurance in your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Taking deep breaths. If you gotta, go underwater and hold your breath for whatever activity, you're gonna be able to hold your breath longer through certain specific type of breath exercise work. You're expanding your lungs. The other day, I'm out with a friend, and I told him, "Man, this air is so good," and I took a deep breath and I swallowed it. It was like, I told him, I'm eating air.
Yeah.
I'm eating air. And any average person listening, what do you mean you're eating air?
Right.
I put it metaphorically like that because I felt good as I took in this deep breath. And it helped me rejuvenate. And it felt like, man, I was really, in a sense, eating. And if you think about what air does for you to help you live, why do you eat? To live and have everyday function.
Yeah.
Why do you breathe? To eat and have everyday function.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in a sense, we eat air. Everybody eats air. But I just really made it into a sense like I took it in and I swallowed it, gulped down. And I was like, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. And it felt really good.
Yeah.
And so, man, just breathe. Just breathe. I can't express how important that is for you to figure out. And how important it is for you if you're a parent or some type of counselor, even a teacher, coach, like everything, everybody, especially at a younger age, has emotional imbalances or doesn't know how to get their bodies in tuned. And when they're having can't figure something out, I don't know, I'm angry because I'm not winning, blah, blah, blah. Take a deep breath. Calm yourself down, relax. Let's figure out this situation.
Get back in the moment.
Get back in the zone, calm down.
The breath will take you there. The breath will take you into that meditative state. The breath will help you with any problem that you're dealing with, because what it does is it humbles you for one. For two, it allows you to become more aware of that you're breathing. For three, it's not just helping out with your mental and your spiritual, but it's also lubricating your organs.
Ooh, yeah.
It's lubricating your joints.
Jeez.
It's lubrication. It's really it's fueling those parts of your body that weren't receiving oxygen before. And it's like you said, oxygen is key. It's one of the elements that helps us function in our everyday life. And if we can become aware of it and not just consume it, that's when we start to work in unity with the air. Our body starts to become more adaptable to certain pollutants or other things that are in our environments, because we learned how to master our diaphragm, in our lungs to breathe a certain way to benefit us. So yeah.
And just a quick reminder, you guys. The pure air is out in nature.
Yep.
What does the trees produce?
Yeah.
If there was no trees, we would die. we gotta go out, and nature will, man, it'll get you there.
You gotta get
It'll
out.
get you there. That air right there is nice. I wanted to touch on one more thing to any of my anime fans out there. As y'all know, if y'all know me, I do the anime. So Demon Slayer, man, you touch on that right there. It's all about the breath. Their techniques are only enhanced by breathing correctly, enhancing their lung capacity. And so it just a little entertainment for you to touch on. I'll put a little picture up here if you guys want to dive into that. And also don't forget about Wim Hof. Just look into him. I won't even go into it. Look into him. He's got books and everything. He'll teach you an app. It'll help you with the beginning steps of breath work and also just YouTube.
Also, can I mention something?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, there's Wim Hof, and there's this other practitioner that I follow on YouTube. His name is Iso the God. He targets a lot of Chinese Tai Chi and like a lot of medicinal breath work and how to channel that breath towards other parts of your body for healing. So that's another guy you want to check out. He's got a lot of good keys. He's always dropping a lot of good gems on the breath within itself. So yeah, something you want to check out for sure.
Yeah, peep that. And we're going to wrap this thing up. But Jacoby, where can they find you at if they want to look into your future work or they want to buy something from you? Because you know you always create and stuff.
Yeah. I'm a builder. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's Naga_Kai1010. That's my Instagram. So you can holler at me there. I'll be posting more content on as far as just medicinal things that we can use that are in reach of us. So, you hit me on that page and I'll get with you guys then.
Yep. And shout out to Grandmaster Jay. If you're not growing, where are you going?
Yeah.
Let's go. Another episode of B-voy, episode 11. Always seek the best version of yourself.